Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In today's video I'm going to unwrap my Musa Basjoo banana plants 4 months after starting an experiment to see what would happen if I left one to the elements and I protected 2 stems in a traditional way with fleece. In this video we'll find the results, so let's get straight into it.
Great northern exotic, botanist vibes hypnotic. Cacti in the crib, got the desert symbolic.
So regular viewers will know that for the last few years I've been wrapping the Musa Basjoo bananas up in the traditional way. Of course, here in the UK these are root hardy, and for those unfamiliar with what that means, essentially it means that they will die down to the roots and grow back from the ground in a particularly bad UK winter. We had a few nights of -5 to -6 degrees, and back in I think December, January, at least a week where temperatures were freezing for the full week, even in daytime. So that's what these banana plants have faced, and I had a few comments about my method of protection and that it may maybe cause a little bit of rot on the stems by using the tarp, or whether the fleece was wrapped too tightly and there should be some air between it. So let's first of all take the tarp off, and then we'll kind of compare the height, and all 3 stems were the same height when we started to give it a fair sort of test. So let's see. So the tarp's off, and just a quick kind of feel of the stems, feeling pretty solid, and you can see already beneath there's definitely some been a lot of growth since putting the tarp on 4 months ago. So we'll remove the fleece and then we'll compare. Okay, the fleece is off, and the initial results you can see there, actually the original height of all 3, which was here where I made the cut back in November. Since then all 3 have obviously pushed out some new growth, as they do naturally, but you can see there's a clear difference between these 2 that were protected and this one here. And the question really for me is going to be, how far down this pseudo stem will we find live plant material, and then we can see how much height has been lost by not protecting that stem. But initial reactions to this one is absolutely solid all the way up, you know, full of water, full of liquid there, and even these secondary pseudo stems around it, you can see the clump is forming there, absolutely solid, with some nice new growth there as the ground warms up and the air warms up. So I'm going to make a few cuts in this one and we'll see how far down we go, because I can already feel that, you know, this one is solid, this one not so much. So we're gonna have to go down to find where the live plant material is. So we can do this one-handed. Maybe I'm gonna have to put the phone down and have a go two-handed. Bear with me. Okay, the results are in. I've cut this off. You can see in there is some live material there, and there's a decent amount there. So I've cut off maybe more than I needed to, but let's take a step back, leave that on the table there, and we can see. So we've maybe lost, if I go back, in fact, if I zoom out a little bit, there we can see. So there's a full height of the banana plant, and you can see I've maybe lost a foot or 2 of height by not protecting it in a sort of standard to coldish British winter. So my question to myself is, and perhaps to you watching at home as well, is it worth protecting Musa Basjoo bananas in the UK? Doesn't take a lot of effort, but I wonder if they're hardy enough to just be left to their own devices. There we go. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just nip off with my secateurs the tops of these that have sort of gone over, and just tidy up the ends. But looking ahead, it's the 22nd of March, so looking ahead, you know, April is the the month where we expect the last frosts to be, and everything should give us a clear run after that. So even with a predicted -2 overnight, I'm not going to protect them. I'm just going to leave them to do what they do. I mean, the pseudostem's that established and that thick. If you look at the roots down, the base down there, it's a solid plant now. If it was a younger plant, I might protect it, but I think for me that's it now. And I do want to reduce the amount of work I need to do on any given winter, and leave plants as much as possible to their own devices. So yeah, thanks for watching. I can see a lot of other YouTube channels at the minute putting their videos on of their uncovering of their bananas. That's what she said. But yeah, let me know how yours is going, and whether I should wrap them up next year or not. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.